that. Now, the one I wanted to show you was the Australian stock market. It's more of a kind of a, I guess not, a bit more, I want to go into a bit more detail because this is a really good example of how I use, how I do my analysis, right? So what I'll do is I'll just hide the chart, right? So what you can see here is, markets head down. It's very bearish, right? And we pretty much, actually I have to unhide it. What I'll do is I'll create another new, because this is really interesting to watch what's going on here. So you can see here, right? Just put in an indicator, RSI. Where are we? RSI. There we go. Okay, just leave it there. Won't fiddle around with that. You can see here, right? The market's made, it's been bearish, obviously, right? Right, and at this point here, we get the pivot, the lower high, so we get continuation, and then the market puts in a pivot low, right? So this is already indicating to me that we've got a potential trend change, okay? Then the market moves up, right? We broke above this structure level here, we broke above that structure level there, right? So it looks like we've broken close above this level, if I look at it correctly. Markets closed at 5,400 with a high of 5,409, and the market here closed at 5,400. So we've got a 5,400, and the high here was 5,428. So the market essentially pretty much closed a higher high, I guess. Or I guess you could say this is a double top basically, right? So this is where I say these aren't accidental. These are, actually, no, I've got it right. I think I've got it right. So that was 5,400, and I think I might have just accidentally chose a different candle there. Yep, so 5,428. So this is confirmed the higher high, all right? So the market's put in a higher high. So this is now a new structure high. So the market's going to come up, all right? Markets come up, broken closed above this level. So we're looking at some move to the downside, right? Now, where it's going to go, this is going to be the first level as a natural test, right? So now we're in a new structure. I guess you could say this is now a bullish trend, okay? So I expect to see some correction down, little bit more correction. If you look at it from the recent pivot low here, you can see we'll get probably a test at these levels here, right? At least in the short term. And then, maybe we might go down to test that level there. But if you look at it from the bigger time frame, from the actual absolute pivot low there, then, this area here holds importance, right? To see if we do go trade down there. Now, that's the first bit of the analysis I showed you there. So we now know that this is now kind of in a bullish trend. We're looking for the price to essentially maybe go down to trade around these levels here, right? Now, if you're a swing trader, or I wouldn't say this is day trading, this is more probably a swing trade. But you can see here what I've done is, and I'll zoom this in this moment, right? These are patterns. I've got down to 4-hour time frame, so you can see what I'm doing here. And this is really powerful because this is where you combine technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and using it to do predictive analysis, right? Which is where you can kind of predict what the market's going to do, right? And I'll show you an example because what should we call it again? Oh, I'll just bring one of my demo accounts. Actually, I'll open up NinjaTrader while I'm at it, and while I'll show you this. So this is just on the lower time frame, so the 4-hour. You can see here I've drawn in these two patterns, right? So the first pattern, the blue one, is the cipher pattern, right? I mean the Gartley pattern. The second pattern here is also a Gartley as well. Okay, so there are two Gartley patterns, right? Two Gartley patterns. The yellow one completes at this level here, 5221, right? The second one completes at 5193. Okay. So what you can see here, so this is what you do, this is what I do, right? So at the time when I drew this, the market was trading up around these levels here, right? Now, what I've done is I've taken this move here and done a measured move, right? So that already gives me this measured move here, which is an ABCD pattern, gives me a completion at this level here, which is in line with this Gartley pattern. Not exactly, but it's in line. Now this is where you can use Fibonacci extensions to kind of give you a bit more oomph, I guess, and you get the 127 extension, which is kind of around this level too. All right, so that's another sign. So I already got 3 levels of confluence. Okay, the next level of confluence I have is major structure, right, which is where at this level here you can see that the market's basically coming down to test this, previous resistance level, which is now support. Okay, so that's important. So that's already 4 levels of confluence, right? Now the second pattern here is similar, right? Now what I find the market tends to do is when it does, even though this is the confirmed low, a reversal, the market tends to sometimes come down and spike down a little bit to hit the stops, take the stops out, and then reverse back up. So there's 2 patterns playing out. The bottom line is that all you need to know is that this level here is a buying zone. Now you could buy a small order here and then wait for the market and then buy another order there. Doesn't really matter. The point is you just need to know that's an important level that the market is looking at. Okay. And I reckon we're going to get a reversal on Monday, maybe heading into Tuesday as well. And it's interesting because I already had on Thursday, on Friday afternoon, I had already kind of said to myself that the market was going to head higher, and that was mainly because looking at ANZ, right? When I looked at ANZ, I at the time it had put in one of these kind of candles, right? Which is kind of like a doji or indecision candle. So I already said to myself that when I saw that, I said that we're likely to see some upside on Monday or Tuesday, and then after that, when I had a look at this chart here, I can see that now it's putting a doji as well, or pin bar, bullish pin bar. So we're going to see some reversal up on Monday. Now, like again, if we were looking at from a daily perspective, we're looking at the markets pretty much clear now in a bullish trend, right? So if you go down a lower time frame and look at it from a lower time frame perspective, you can see here the market's kind of put in a top here, and then I won't draw the rest of it. And then it goes back up, and it comes back down, and then we get the lower. We get pretty much a double top, so that's a kind of a reversal, and then we get a lower low, and then we get the lower high. So now we've got a confirmation that we're in a bearish trend on the 4 hour, that is, and then we get the lower low, lower close. So we're likely to get a reversal. And the first level we'd be looking at, if you're looking at it from a swing trading perspective, it could be a day trade, but probably a swing trade, is the 5334. So if we hit that level, we're likely to see a reversal back down. Okay. Now where does it go from there? We don't know. Right? We'll just wait and see how that goes. But this could be setting up for a trade that I tend to take, which is called a trendline breakout trade. Right. So if it does go to that level, right, and we see a reversal, right? If we do a 38% retracement, if the market puts in a 38, right, at this level here, now I'm kind of going ahead of myself at the same time, okay? So I'm kind of predicting that 5-6 steps ahead. But if the market comes back down, puts in a 38.2, right, and reverses and breaks above this level, then we could see will be pretty much a signal for a continuation to the upside, okay, for higher prices. But if we kind of break below that 38, right, and 50 and go to 60, then we're likely to see more continuation down, right? That's my take on it, because what will happen is you've got this trend line here, right? You can see the market's kind of respected this level here, right? Let me just draw that again so you can see it, make it thicker. So you can see the market's come back down, tested this level several times, and at this point it's broken below that level, right? So that to me already tells me that we could be seeing, right? Okay, so let me just play that bit again, right? Just so you're clear. There's a couple of scenarios that could happen on Monday, that is, and early next week, right? Delete this, and I'll delete these as well. Right? So the market on Monday, right, could do this. I should delete that as well. So you can see, there we go. Market could do this, right? We could get an up move, which is what I said. We'll definitely get an up move on Monday, right? We'll get up there, we'll retest the previous support level, the trend line support level there, which is now potentially going to become resistance. And the market could roll over from there and then come down and hit this, complete this cipher pattern here, okay? If we complete the Gartley pattern, then we're potentially likely to see a reversal back up. And from where, I won't go into that too much further. I just want to show you that bit first. So that's the first scenario. We'll go back up to retest this and come back down. The other scenario is that we see the market do this, right? So we'll definitely test that level. Might come back down a little bit, do a 38.2, and then we might see a move back up, right? And break above this level here. If that does happen, then we're looking at the market potentially going to test around these levels here, and then maybe a rollover from there. Who knows? Right? It's just a scenario. But you know, it's a bit early to say, but I thought I just might show you how I use it to kind of forward think. Now, I could be completely wrong. It does happen, but I have been completely right too. So just keep an eye on this. So we will see some upside on Monday, Tuesday, but I don't think there will be heavy trading next week because of the FOMC. Pretty much from Wednesday onwards, I think it will be pretty crazy. You're going to see a lot of volume in the markets. And you can see the volume starting to build here on the market here, where we've got RSI oversold. So we'll likely see some sort of reversal. But yeah, I think that's all I've got for now. We'll leave it at that. I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.